Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And welcome today, David Anderson Jr.
How's everybody doing today?
Awesome, awesome. Great to have you here, David. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Certainly. It's great to have you here. Now, I want to start this off with just having you introduce yourself to our viewers and give us a little background about you.
All right. So my name is David Anderson Jr. I'm running for Texas 21st Congressional District. Born and raised on the east side of San Antonio, Texas. I'm a CEO of Divine Equality nonprofit, which is based out of the east side of San Antonio, Texas. We're currently working on getting one in Inglewood, California. I was also on the executive board for polycythemic cancer very research. And I also wrote the business curriculum for Southern Careers Institute in 2019.
Awesome.
Right now, before I started running for office, I was working for the Department of Defense as a Tier 1 app support agent. But because, working for the government, running for office, I can't do both. So I had to take a leave of absence. And so right now, my campaign is my full-time job, and that's all I'm focused on.
Certainly, certainly. Well, David, tell me, what was it about, this time or this cycle that really made you want to, throw your hat in the ring and run for Texas's 21st Congressional District?
All right, because the first thing, as most people don't know, I started off in the 35th district against Lloyd Doggett. But after Lloyd Doggett left and Greg Cesar jumped in, and when Greg Cesar jumped in, the Justice Democrats got behind him, and I realized it might be best for me to jump to 21 because in 21 it was no Democrat opponent in it, and we just couldn't let Trip Ward go primary in such a big election. As we got the governor on our ballot, attorney generals on our ballot, the Texas Supreme Court's on our ballot. We needed somebody to challenge Trip Ward. So I decided to move the switch from the 35th to the 21st.
I see, I see. So talk to me a little bit about, what the biggest issues are that you really want to tackle if elected.
My biggest issue right now is education reform and Medicaid for all. Let me go in on education. The United States is one of the lowest countries in the world when it comes to education, and we should not be ranking behind some third world countries. We have too much money, too much power, too much resources for our education system to be so low. Most people graduate high school on an 8th grade reading level, and that's something that we have never actually looked at. Right now, this is in Texas alone. We have substitute teachers teaching our classes as long-term subs, and because the teachers don't want to teach because of the pay is not enough. Most teachers said they start off at 45,000 to 50,000 a year, and they stay at that rate for like 7 to 8 years, and they said they get burned out. So my goal is to create some type of federal program, to bring some type of federal legislation to the bill, to the floor that will guarantee all public school teachers a minimum wage starting off at 70,000 a year. Because how can we expect these teachers to teach our students and then not get paid enough? And it's nothing against long-term substitutes, but most long-term substitutes only got an associate's degree and don't got a teacher's certificate. I don't know about y'all. I want somebody that has a teacher certificate teaching my child.
Yeah, that is important.
Yeah. And the second one, Medicaid for all. I was born to 2 disabled parents, and I seen how the medical system really affects us. A person's home. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the backing, if you don't have none of that type of thing in society, the medical system won't help you. I've seen a lot of people end up in medical debt of 90 to 190,000, 100,000, up to $500,000, and that's something that we should not be seeing in America, where we have the resources to actually give Medicare for free. But it's never going to happen if we got these big companies want to charge an arm and a leg for services.
All right, awesome. Well, tell me something. what makes you stand out from the pack and, be the best choice for voters to really implement these, ideas that you have?
Because like I told the newspaper, I told multiple other podcasts, I'm the only one that got some diverse staff. I'm the only one that got some staff that's because for people from I got Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Green Party, Independents, and people that it's their first time voting working for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Democrat, but I just can't go to office and just represent Democrats. If you can't work across the aisle and actually get bills done, then you're just like everybody else at Congress and racial space. And I use my Republican my Republican workers, my Make America Great workers, actually, hey, tell them, hey, this is the bill I'm bringing to the floor. This is the idea I'm thinking for Democrats. How can I put some of your ideas in there to make it better for everybody? And that's something that most of my opponents don't have. Most of my opponents, they just worry about one subject or they only stick with their own con. And that's something that we can't do in Congress because we see where it got us now.
Yep. Well, when does voting begin for the 21st
So early voting starts February the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And the primary in the election day is March the 1st.
Primary and election, March the 1st. So for our viewers, make sure that you keep that in mind. And if you want to make sure that you are vote ready before the elections come, you can text Team Racine to 40649 to check your status or register to vote. That's courtesy of headcount.org. So David, if people wanted to learn more about you, your campaign, support your campaign, all of that, or just keep up with what you're doing, how can they go about and do that?
They can reach me at David Anderson for Congress.com. I'll go to DL Anderson Jr. Texas at my Twitter handle, and that's also my Facebook handle too. Mm-hmm. And the best way to reach me would be to go to David Anderson for Congress.com, go to contact, and just send me an email. Somebody's always watching the email inbox.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, David, for being with me today. It has been really, really great chatting with you, and I wish you the best of luck in your campaign.
All right. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers, please follow Team Racine Productions on all forms of social media. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.